FIFA 17, it's finally here, and every single person, dog, and his nan wants some coins. Well, make sure to head over to goldad.com right now and use Gonth for checkout for the cheapest coins on the market. Is that some transfer news I smell? Oh yes, today it is. We have got some confirmed. We have got some rumours. We have got some strong possibilities. And we've got, of course, some whispers. Today's transfer video includes it all. And we have got one big move that is definitely gonna shock you, because this come out of nowhere like a day ago. Now, if we're gonna start off these transfers, we're gonna have to start off with a bang. And let me introduce you to a guy called Courtois. You might never have heard of him. He's just one of the best goalkeepers in the world, who could be leaving one of the best teams in the world. Shocking stuff. Now, I'm not sure if you're all actually aware, but Real Madrid's #1 goalkeeper target is Courtois. They've moved away from De Gea. I think they thought to themselves, you know what, Man United, they're a big team, they're just as big as us, they're stubborn bastards, we ain't gonna get him. We're gonna go to the next best thing. Anyway, I've got a little article here that says Real Madrid target Chelsea goalkeeper Courtois to be the new club's #1. The Belgium stopper has already begun planning his move back to Spain. Hold up, wait a minute. This dude's already planning on going back to Spain. That says a lot. Chelsea are going to end up with no players. Next up, we've got our first confirmation of the team. We've got Mr. Jose Fonte, and he has actually left Southampton and gone to West Ham on an £8 million deal. Like, that's quite big money from small club to small club. £8 million for a centre-back. He must be doing something right. Now, apparently it has come out on Twitter that Jose Fonte was crying when he left Southampton to move to West Ham, but if you love them that much, they're pretty much on par. Why would you leave Southampton to join West Ham? You're not exactly hugely upping your career. Oh boy. No matter what transfer video I make these days, there's always gonna be China. China, China, China. They have come for Pepe. And they have come viciously. Apparently Pepe will actually be leaving Real Madrid to join the Chinese Super League team on 248 grand a week. Pepe's gonna be out here flossing. The guy's crazy enough. Given that much money, he's gonna turn into a raving cocaine lunatic. I don't know what Pepe does in his spare time. Maybe he just goes around beating people up. But he's crazy. Either way, as crazy as Pepe might be, he has actually agreed to leave the Bernabeu after 9 years. Pepe was a household name in Real Madrid, and now he's prepared to leave to make himself a shitload of money, so whatever floats your boat. And when we're talking about world-class players, Dani Alves, Team of the Year, 93 rated on FIFA this year. Look at him. Still got it. Still banging in goals. Look at this goal that he scored. I mean, this just screams Dani Alves isn't finished yet. But unfortunately, when China come calling, they come calling big. They don't offer you 100 grand a week. They don't offer you 200 grand a week. They offer you like 300-400 grand a week. And as you can see, there's 3 of these Chinese teams that are after the dude. So it's not just one team that's going to be offering him 200 grand. There'll be another one offering 300 grand. And probably another rich-ass Chinese team offering him 500 grand to join him on a 6-year deal. Where do they even get this money from? Apparently Andre Villas-Boas, ex-Chelsea manager of course, is in the lead to get Dani Alves on a 165 grand a week deal. What would you do in this situation? I want you to tell me in the comments. You're Dani Alves, you're Pepe. You're almost coming towards the latter end of your career. You've been a world-class player your whole career. Do you end it with dignity for a top team in the Champions League? Do you go out with a bang? Or do you end it with your feet in the air, prostitutes all around you, popping bottles, 500 grand a week, living the life, playing in these Chinese leagues? What would you do? I want to actually know. I think the majority of you already know what my decision would be. Somebody get me on that plane. We move up to our midfield, and Ivan Perisic has been knocking round now for the last few seasons as a pretty top draw player. He's been on the up and coming, and this season he's caught the eyes of a lot of top teams, including Arsenal. Now, I'd love to sit here and say, Perisic, come to Arsenal. Come in, let's see what you can do. We've got about 500 million decent midfielders, but you know, come and join us. I'm not going to say that because unfortunately, Arsenal are prepared to swap Alexis Sanchez for Perisic. What? I mean, I don't know what sort of wizardry bullshit. In fact, I want to know what Arsene Wenger's been smoking, because I want a bit. It must be the most high-grade, potent shit on planet Earth to swap Perisic for Alexis Sanchez, one of the best players in the world. And this is no bullshit. There's another one. Arsenal keen on Ivan Perisic's transfer, with Alexis Sanchez also an Inter Milan target. And they're honestly looking to switch. I don't know if there's going to be some big money thrown in as well. But to be honest, you can't really put a price on Alexis Sanchez. He's our best player. You shouldn't sell your best. You see what happened to Arsenal. You see what happened to us when we sold our best players. We never recovered. Next we move on to Yaya Toure, someone who has actually got his head screwed on. There was a lot of rumours about him leaving, him never playing for Man City again. If you remember in one of my transfer videos, apparently Pep came out and said he will never play again unless his agent apologises and Yaya Toure gets his act together. That's all been cleared up. Then things were on the up at Man City. Then China came calling. And everyone in Man City got shaky like, because they offered him 450k plus a week. Do you know what Yaya Toure finally 2 days ago come out and said? He said, no China, Yaya says no. Yaya Toure rejects 2 offers. One of 520 grand a week. One of 430 grand a week. I mean, I don't care who you are. You can be the greatest up-and-coming player to ever grace a football pitch. If a team comes calling, offering you 520 grand a week, I mean, you're in your late 20s. Is he even 30? I'm not sure. He's definitely pushing on. You've got to be crazy to turn down 520 grand a week. So Yaya, for that, I respect you, but at the same time, nigga, you crazy! Our second confirmation of the team is Gerard Delafleur. I finally think I've aced that name. Anyway, this dude has now left Everton to join AC Milan on loan. Now, I'm not sure if Everton have given AC Milan the option to buy him at the end of his loan. I think they'd be stupid because he's actually a really good player and he's very, very young. We won't be seeing him next season. And if we're talking about confirmations, today, this is how exclusive some of this transfer news is. I have got an article that literally came out, I think it was a few hours ago. Niang has actually joined Watford. The popular news outlet Football Italia have come out and said that Watford have now agreed on the Niang move. We knew that it was a strong possibility he was going to be going to Watford. We weren't actually sure what was going on because there was other teams in the race. I think West Ham were in the race. You had Liverpool wanting him. You had Crystal Palace wanting him. Everyone wanted Niang. According to Sky Sports Italia, Niang has joined Watford with an option to stay with them at the end of the season for 16 mil. This guy is going to be in every BPL sweat team. Just look at those stats. And finally, we move on to our forwards, starting off with Mauro Zarate. Now this guy, when he came to the Premier League, we all knew he was one sweaty bastard. When you're dribbling, outdoes your pace. For some reason, that just screams sweat. Now this guy was actually on loan to West Ham. He does originally play for Fiorentina, but now, apparently, he's moving to Watford. Watford to go in ham. Not only have they bought Niang, they've now pretty much also bought Zarate. There's been a few issues with the move. Now basically Watford is saying, we don't want him until his red card ban is up. Now that doesn't finish until today, and they were meant to sign him yesterday, so I'm not sure what's going on. There's been a bit of confusion, but they're apparently saying they're not fully signing him until his ban is up because he got a 3-match ban. So if you keep your eyes on Sky Sports News today, lads, I think it will be confirmed as Zarate today will be a Watford player. Now, we're talking about one of the biggest, most relieved confirmations this season. It's got to be Saido Berahino's move from West Brom to Stoke. The guy hasn't wanted to play for him for the last 3 years. He came out on Twitter and said that he'll never play for him again. Somehow he ended up back on the pitch a few games later. Then he came out and said that he wanted to leave. Somehow he ended up back on the pitch a few games later. And now he has officially left West Brom and he's a Stoke player. I also went and did a little snooping on his Twitter and oh my god, this guy has gone and done the full works. He's even somehow got a picture of him celebrating scoring a goal for Stoke. Has this guy even played for him yet? But now finally, on to the big boy move of the season. Mr. Dimitri Payet. Now, some might say this guy is a rebel. He's got teams chasing him left, right, and centre. Even Arsenal at some point were in the chase for Payet. Of course, I've been doing my snooping around, and I have actually found out that Payet could be joining PSG. In fact, it's a very strong possibility that Payet could snub Marseille and be joining PSG, because unfortunately, West Ham have put a £35 million price tag on this guy. I mean, the guy's 29 years of age and they're asking for a lot. It's not like he's going to China where they've got stupid money. When you're 29 years of age and you're playing in the normal leagues, that's a lot of money to play for a 29-year-old player. Now, unfortunately, Marseille have come through and said, we can't afford that. The most we can give you is 25 mil. They've rejected it. West Ham ain't interested. They want upwards of 30 mil. And also, as you can see, I've got another news article that says Paddy Power have received so many bets that Payet will be a PSG player by the end of the January transfer window that they've slashed the odds from 9-1 to 13-5. And they're now considered favourites. Oh my God, Payet could be a PSG player. Everyone thought he was going to Marseille. I mean, it was pretty much set in stone. His wife's moved back to France, and all of a sudden, PSG come out of nowhere with all this money, and Payet could be a PSG player. But there we have it, lads. This is your weekly transfer news. If any of you have got any shock transfers that I've missed or that I should know about, make sure to let me know in the comments. I will be replying to as many of you as possible. So leave a comment right now. If you have enjoyed today's video and want to see more transfers, remember to leave it a thumbs up. And as usual, lads, I will speak to you next time. Hope you've enjoyed. Peace. I have ever... So I might just go, because I can't be arsed with this. Somebody better explain to me right now what the fuck that just was. Because that wasn't a penalty.